Hello and welcome to this video on how to keep track of your research and create a research trail. We are aware that researching is an important but time-consuming activity. Recording your research is essential to help you manage your time effectively and to ensure that your work is of the best quality. The following tips are suggestions to help you develop your own style of researching and recording. Be methodical in your research, and you will reap the benefits later when you start to write up your ideas. It doesn't matter how you like to record your work, but make sure that you can easily find related facts and theories in your notes. You may be asked to include your research trail in your assessment. Even if you're not required to do this, it is important to have this record in case of any questions about plagiarism. Keep accurate records of the research trail. Note anything you think will be relevant or useful to your work. You might find very helpful to highlight important words in the text. You will also need to note down the sources you have used, such as Westlaw or the title of a book. Also the steps you have taken. For example, starting with the book and then look up the cases listed in the footnotes, as well as the keywords you have tried and where you have used them. You may want to note whether they worked or not. But most important, keep revising and update your notes as you go. You will be required to cite all your supporting evidence using footnotes and a bibliography. You're also expected to cite authority correctly, so make sure you have recorded accurately anything you will rely on in your work. It is much easier to record as you go along, rather than going back to find a reference for something you have quoted. To begin with, you may find this challenging, but it gets easier with practice. Create a research plan to get you started. Have areas or headings for themes or topics. Any authors or experts to include. Also important sources, such as Holsbury's laws, that you want to look at, as well as any primary sources that need to be included. Be flexible. This is your starting point, and it will evolve as you find more information. Make a table of terms and topics and list similar ideas together. Here is an example thinking about the dangers of self-driving cars. Think whether there are other ways of describing what you are looking for and make a note of these alternatives. Remember, different databases have their own list of keywords, so you will need to keep reviewing your list. Use your keyword list as part of your strategy to record what works and what doesn't work. Also keep adding new terms and topics as you go along. We all work differently, and you may need to experiment before you are comfortable with the note-taking style. Here are some suggestions that you might want to try. The image shows a table created in Excel to record source, reference, and relevance information. But you may want to try a spidergram or a mind map. Remember, whatever method you use, you may need to record your research trail in your work. So use consistent headings and formats for recording details. And also take a note of any URLs to the electronic sources you have used. This will save you lots of time looking for them later. For help with any aspect of your research, contact a member of the library team via Ask a Librarian chat, in person, or by email. There is also guidance on note-taking available on the study skill pages on Elite. Thank you for watching, and do not forget that we have lots of useful books available. Here is a list of a few you will find on the Lotro database.